All right, let's talk about these two lenses, the 50 millimeter and the 85 millimeter. I have over a decade of professional photography experience, and I'm going to walk you through the features of each of these, compare them, contrast them, and help you maybe make a better decision about which one you want. I'll talk about the scenarios you might use each of these in. Now, first off, this 50 millimeter lens, this is a prime lens. These are both prime lenses, and that means you have no zoom capabilities. The picture that you see is the picture you get. And the only way to get closer with the camera is to walk closer. This is an L series glass. Okay, that's one of the things to distinguish this. This 50 millimeter is L series, and L is the highest quality of camera lens that Canon makes. It is larger and higher quality glass elements, better optical technology. It's just a better lens. It's significantly better. The 50 millimeter lens can go to an aperture of 1.2, and when you're at those higher apertures but lower numbers, you're going to get a really blurred background. It's what we call bokeh in photography. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I would say by and large that it's harder to shoot at these high apertures, low numbers, and so but you can really get a lot of beautiful imagery when you shoot that way. Because it's an L series glass, it is going to it's just going to be the highest quality of image that you can get. L series glass is the best, and prime lenses are the best. Okay, so you have the best of both worlds. What we're doing here is comparing a L series lens to a non-L series lens, and a prime lens to a prime lens. Prime images are better than zoom images because the lens does not have to have technology that makes it capable of zooming. So in other words, I would rather have a 50 millimeter lens from a 50 millimeter prime. I'd rather have an image at 50 millimeters from a 50 millimeter prime lens than I would say from a 24 to 70 millimeter lens shot at 50 millimeters. If that was confusing because I didn't say it very clearly, just know that prime images are better than images shot on a zoom lens. Now, we've established these are both prime lenses, but this 85 millimeter is not L series glass. It's still good. I used non-L series glass or lenses for the first several years, really until I became a professional. And these are good lenses, especially when you shoot the image right and process it properly. With that being said, if you were to shoot an image on an 85 millimeter L series lens and compare it to an image on this 85 millimeter lens, non-L series, you will notice a difference. This has a little bit more of a cloud, of a haze, and even with post-production, it's noticeable. What's also different from an 85 to its L series counterpart is that this only goes to f1.8, whereas if you bought the L series equivalent, it would go to f1.2. Other than that, these are two really great lenses. Now let's talk about their use cases. The 85 is a zoom lens, which means you're going to use it to do things that have a slight zoom on them. The 85 is a very common lens to shoot for portraiture, okay? And if you add a doubler, then you could start to use it for higher zoom things like maybe wildlife photography or things like that. At the same time, the 50 is considered to be kind of the everyday lens. If you had to liken it, it would be basically similar to what you see out of your own eye in many ways. You can use this for almost everything, although it's probably perfect for nothing, right? You can use this for street photography. You can use it for portraits, although I'd argue an 85 is better. You can use it for landscapes, although I'd argue a 24 millimeter or 20 millimeter is better. In terms of what you want to buy and what you want to do, like the 85 is really good for zoom items like portraits, but not heavy zoom items like wildlife. The 50 millimeter is a great lens for everyday use and will probably be your first prime lens purchase. So if you're looking to do portraits but don't have the budget to buy an L series lens, this 85 is great. And if you're looking to venture into the world of prime lenses and L series glass, this is often the first one you'll use. I know for me it was my first prime L series purchase and I couldn't have been happier with that. Okay, I hope this helped.